How am I doing in the 3 quilt in 3 weeks? Find out in just a few moments. G'day, my name is Sean and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. Come see what I've been working on, what I completed, and all the other fun and exciting news. Let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. The first thing I want to show you is some progress on the dog park pattern, which is by Elizabeth Hartman, and I am currently working on the corgi right over here. And last week I showed you the head and the chest, and this week we've done a little bit more progress and we now have a body. He's still missing his legs, but we'll put those, and the tail, we'll hopefully put those on next week. But this will give you a closer view of the corgi. I think he looks really nice. Let me know what you think in the comments. The next thing I want to show you is the sunflower block, which is Fab Fun by Elizabeth Hartman. And this is a project I did with my friend Tammy over at Siberian Wind last Sunday night. Way too late. But anyway, it came together beautifully. Nice sunflower here with the beautiful leaves. I do have to rip this part and this part out because I did actually cut the stem half an inch too wide. But yeah, that should only take a few moments and we'll get that back together. So you might see this one again next week. And then I've also been doing a lot of work on my State Fair quilt because I have to enter it today or tomorrow, so don't let me forget, and actually take it up to Doswell next week. So this is what I've gotten done so far. You should be able to see a lot of the straight line quilting, and you might actually see the star quilting I'm doing in the middle as well. It is not done yet. I've still got to do the white and the black. Making progress. I think we might actually get the third quilt done in 3 weeks. You'll find out what happened to the second one later on in the episode. Anyway, I have a lot more to share with you later on in the episode, but before we do anything else, let's go ahead and do our week in review. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the podcast. And this is basically just a series of videos I take during the week, most of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to, so I hope you'll enjoy. Last week I asked everybody what color did you have the most of in your stash, and I loved reading all the answers, and there wasn't a big winner in this one here. I think blue, maybe purple, but it seems like most of you are like me where we have just a little bit of every color. There might be one or two colors you don't have a lot of, like oranges and brown seems to be missing in my stash, but for the most part, yeah, nice big variety. This week I thought it'd be fun to ask, what feature on your sewing machine do you enjoy the most, or something that you may not, when you bought it wasn't expecting to use a lot but now use a lot? For me, it's definitely the thread cut function at the end. Once I get through on my farf, I can just hit the little button that cuts the thread both on the front and the back. Saves me a lot of time. It comes in really handy during my FPP and just everyday sewing. I kind of miss it when I'm using my Benina. Let me know what yours is in the comments. So what are my goals for this week? Well, the first goal is going to be finish the State Fair quilt, because by next podcast this one needs to be in Doswell ready to be judged. And then if I have time, I would love to do another project for the State Fair. It involves this. I won't give away too much just in case it doesn't pan out. And then also maybe just some more progress on some of my other projects, just so we continue on that as well, because I'm like enjoying the break from the quilting here and there as well. What are your goals for this week? Let me know in the comments. Next up is our news and events, and I had a couple of events come out this week. The first one was last Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, where I joined my friend Tammy over at the Siberian Wind. We put together the sunflower block that I showed you a little earlier in the episode, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So if you missed that, go over and check it out and say hi to Tammy for me as well. Yesterday morning I had my friend Stephen from The Idiot Quilter join me. It was a lot of fun hanging out with him and catching up, because we hadn't had a chance to really talk or be on a live together in over a year. I hadn't realized it'd been that long. It was so much fun. Go check that one out as well if you missed it. This coming week I would love to get a video out of some description, but we'll have to see how time allows, just because of the deadlines I have on myself this week for the State Fair and so forth. And then I will be live this Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. I'll have my friend Ian from the Off Kilter Crafter joining me. It'll be a lot of fun to have him back on again. And then right after that, we'll be up to Doswell to drop the quilt off. And next up is our Happy Mail, and this beautiful blue box showed up on my doorstep this week, and it is the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and I wasn't quite expecting it to arrive yet, so it was a pleasant surprise when it appeared on my doorstep. This is just a quick look inside. You can see it's all the beautiful batiks and different purples and pinks and that sort of thing there, and then each of the clues are all wrapped up here in these little bags as well, which makes it so much easier. I'm looking forward to getting this put together, and at least I'll get clue 1 out sometime this week if all goes well. And here is one of my finished objects. I recorded this a little earlier in the week since the quilt has already gone to its new home and it's being used as we speak. This product was one that I had to get done in a certain timeline. I actually got it done with 2 days to spare, which for me is pretty good because usually I'm right down to the wire to the very end. It is the pink quilt, and this is for our second exchange student that arrived yesterday. And then, so this is the completed quilt. I think this turned out really nicely. It's a nice mix of different pinks, some batiks, some solids, some blenders, just a little bit of everything. And then on the back was some motor, I think it's basic scrunch or something like that. I can't remember what the name of it is. But anyway, here it is with my binding. I think I did a pretty good job with the binding. Let me know what you think. It's now on her bed and hopefully in use. So that is it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love it if you hit that like button. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.